All right, for more on China's health insurance industry, I'm joined by Dr. Lizheng Shi. He's an associate professor at Tulane University's School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine. Dr. Shi, thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Michelle.
Dr. Shi, the government in China is making big policy changes to boost the commercial health insurance sector, including some tax breaks. What are some of these changes?
Well, there's several. As you know, China has been a manufacturing-oriented economy in the past 3 decades. And now the third sector needs to grow to provide engines for further growth of China's economy. And in the health insurance sectors, there's a recent policy change, as you have seen, is the tax incentive to business and individuals for purchasing commercial health insurance using like a monthly pre-tax income of 200 yuan, which is equivalent to $35. This is a very significant concrete policy initiative from the Chinese government to encourage the growth of this sector. And there's some other policy initiatives I like to mention is that government will carve out a part of the social insurance premium to purchase the commercial health insurance to cover those serious disease. And also there's going to be some competitions and market force will be introduced to promote commercial health insurance and allow the commercial insurance to develop their own network of providers. So all this contributes a major policy initiative from the government.
Right, so definitely some incentives there, Dr. Shi, but analysts say that part of the challenge is getting the Chinese to spend on a monthly basis on insurance rather than save some money away for a medical emergency, that it's just not part of the mentality, and that is the main obstacle that needs to be challenged. Do you agree with that, and how can that be changed?
I keep it nodding my head. Yes, I very agree with the assessment on it. Chinese people is not new to health insurance, and they may have some confusion towards the commercial health insurance. In my opinion, there's a huge misperception among the Chinese people on their actual needs of commercial insurance beyond what they already have, so-called social health insurance. So this very high coverage rate of social health insurance creates a misperception that they are sufficiently insured for their health conditions. But indeed, most of people are actually not, given their increased prevalence of risk factors for chronic disease and causative disease, such as cardiovascular disease, stroke, diabetes, and cancers. So there's a huge need to raise the public awareness about the function of commercial insurance, and eventually this increased public awareness will lead to the increased demand for commercial health insurance in China.
All right, well, one of the biggest challenges in the commercial health sector in China has been the cooperation with public hospitals, because unlike in many Western countries, public hospitals tend to dominate the market. In China, they wield a lot more power, especially when it comes to negotiating rates. Tell us more about this challenging dynamic between the healthcare companies and the public hospitals.
Oh, that's certainly has been well-known obstacles for the commercial health insurance business in China. So China's healthcare delivery is dominated by the public hospital and facilities. Approximately 90% of inpatients, hospitalizations like that, or outpatient visits are provided by the provided by public sectors. And also the social health insurance are also managed by the government agencies. And there are many regulations and rules that limits the competitions. In addition, there's a lack of a price negotiation between the providers and payers, and also the lack of integration between these two sectors.
All right, Dr. Shi, still, there's been a lot of growth in the sector, about 41% in 2014 over the past year. What are some of the opportunities in the market, and who is poised to benefit from them?
Well, there's, we can see that the social health insurance schemes and the commercial health insurance are not replaced with each other. In my opinion, commercial health insurance addresses those unmet healthcare needs under the current situation in China. So most of the population covered by social health insurance, but they have a very low payment rate or reimbursement rate. So I think the commercial health will address these gaps and also provide a high quality of care for those individuals.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time and your insight, Dr. Lizheng Shi, Associate Professor at the Tulane University School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine.